This is our town, the place we call home.
Welcome to This Is Our Town with Jeff Yorkie, a local public affairs presentation on MonroeCountyRadio.com.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to our town. And in our town today is Wayne Pavlika. Wayne, welcome. Am I pronouncing your last name right?
It's Pavlika.
Pavlika? What did I say?
I have no idea.
Me neither.
People say it 8,000 different ways. I usually just say it's Pavlika.
Pavlika.
Yes.
All right.
That's me.
All right. Like Pavlov, but Pavlika.
Yes.
Yeah, we won't even go there. We probably better not
that's
go there.
Way, way back.
That is. A lot of people don't even know what that reference is, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave them in the dark.
In the dark.
Mm-hmm. Well. So, inside out inspections is what that's one of your many businesses, correct?
Correct. I have three.
Let's introduce everybody to you so that we know, so everybody knows. Not that they wouldn't know who I'm talking to when I say Wayne Pavlika, right. But give me an idea. Some of your businesses that you got going on. Right
okay. Well, the one I've had the longest, 32 years, is Wayne Pavlika Builders.
Right.
Okay.
You're a contractor. You build houses and
focus mainly on remodeling.
Okay. All right.
Do what nobody else wants to do. So I've been doing that the longest. I've been actually even in construction 43 years.
Yeah.
But I've owned my company. Well, I guess 33 years now.
Yeah.
So we've been around a while.
And then you have an inspections company too,
yes.
Right?
Residential home inspection business.
Right.
We started that 5 years ago, and that's working out real well for us. And we also own a commercial property inspection business too. We have all three.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, that's pretty cool. So, how long you say you've been in the building business?
I've been
building
in
trade?
Construction 43 years.
Construction for 43 years. How'd you get started in that?
It's really amazing. I actually graduated high school, and I was going to be an architect.
Yeah.
Well, I went to college 3 days. And
they said, the heck with this.
Well, they expect me to do homework.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I'm like.
And not get paid for it.
I'm paying you to teach me. Why do I have to learn on my own?
Yeah.
So I thought that wasn't working out real well. So the fourth day I saw a counselor. I said, I think I need to leave.
Yeah.
And well, what can you do for us? So get my mom and dad's money back, it would help. I actually left and went to saw my buddy, and he goes, what are you doing here? I said, I quit school. He says, well, go home and grab a hammer.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Really?
And as simple as that, I started pushing nails in for a living, and I've never stopped.
Now, your friend, did he have a contracting business of his own?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's crazy. I'm going to tell you, because I've known a lot of guys that have been contractors before, been builders before, and some of them make it, some of them don't. And there is a distinct difference between the guys that make it and the ones that don't. And the guys that make it, they're organized. They got a great work ethic, and they pretty much never say no. And they do a phenomenal job, and they work their butts off, right?
Yeah, we do.
And that's what you've been doing now. From the time you started, grab that first hammer and put that first nail in, till the time that you started your own contracting business, how long are we talking?
Let's see, 15 years.
15 years?
Give or take. And I worked for other people.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I wasn't appreciated by them.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we got to do something different.
Yeah.
And so I started contracting.
Yeah.
And I started doing my own thing. We did small jobs at first, and then naturally they got bigger and bigger, and we've done some pretty major projects.
Yeah. What's the biggest project you've done?
I did $1 million school renovation.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Where'd you do that?
Down in Toledo.
Oh, yeah?
We converted an office building into schoolrooms.
Yeah.
So it was that was my biggest one I've ever done. And people say, have you ever done a project big? I said, it's no different than a smaller one, just like you said, it's organizational skills. Right. It's getting the right people in there and keeping an eye on them, and that's all I did. And, my biggest residential, I did a $325,000 addition up at Devil's Lake.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I put basements under houses. I put second floors in houses. I've done the things that people couldn't even. When you always say yes, I'm a yes man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to teach that to my kids all the time right now, because all five of my kids are in business with us, with my wife and I. And I try to tell them all the time, you can't say no, because I have a saying that no, can't, won't's reason to call the competition.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I tell them, and I say, you got to live by that. And
hey, I get it, man. I was in private practice as an attorney for years, and nothing would frustrate me more when my secretary would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, he's busy. He can't see you." oh, I can too. I will find a way, right?
Right.
I mean, you will find a way to help people if you can. That's the only way you're going to be successful.
Oh yeah.
Now you have been speaking of helping people and really what we're doing now here on the radio. For one thing, you're going to have a show on Monroe County Radio, right?
Yes.
That's
Yes, sir.
the plan, right?
Right.
But that you are not a novice to radio, right?
No.
You've done this kind of gig before.
Yeah, I had a call and talk radio show down in Toledo for 6.5 years.
Okay.
And mine was live, and people call in, and I said that was my gift I was given
Yeah.
to help people out do that. So that's what I did. And they call, and I'd help them out. And
Now we just spent about 15, 20 minutes getting to know each other before the show started, and and that was all off the air, and so since we've been on the air, both of us have been behaving ourselves quite well.
I don't know how.
I don't either. After that 15 minutes getting to know each other, I don't know how that possibly happened.
I think everybody's thinking that right now, but
how did you keep it together when you were on the radio before? Live.
It was challenging. I think I don't know Saturday morning because it was 8:00 Saturday morning, and well, I'm a morning person, so it really didn't bother me.
Right,
And
right.
but we had a good time. We had laughing, and we got on some topics that we took one radio show one time, and we went 25 minutes on which way the toilet paper should go on the roll, the holder, over or under.
What do you think?
It goes over.
It goes over? Really? See, I disagree. Why do you say over?
Well, there's a whole different. There's so many different studies. I think it's just personal
There's
preference.
studies.
Myself. Oh yeah.
Come on.
They say because if you go, you don't know if a spider's underneath there and this and that. You go look at why people say it should go over, and some people say it should go under. But it's the same thing about leaving the toilet seat up or leaving it down, right?
Right. Now me, okay, we're both guys. You up or down guy? Up or down?
Oh, I leave it up.
You leave it up, right. Doesn't it make more sense? Isn't it a lot easier to put the thing down when they got to go to the bathroom, when the girls got to go to the bathroom?
That's what I say.
I mean, why do we have to put it up all the time? Or put it back
Maybe
down?
because we're
It doesn't make
told?
any sense. Yeah, I guess. Probably.
You're married too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're told to do
Yeah,
it. So.
I'm married 25 years.
I'm 31. I still don't raise it up. I leave it right where it's up.
Really? You get away with that?
I just walk away.
How do you do that? You just walk away?
Pure luck.
Man, pure luck. You've gotten away with that. You luck for 31 years.
I've got away with so much in 31 years. I have. They say your wife must be a saint, and I said, yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. I honestly do.
Yeah, she knows which battles to pick, and apparently that one's not one of them, huh?
It's like I told my boys in a relationship. So I said it's better to just walk away and keep your mouth shut.
How many kids you got?
5.
5?
Well, technically 6.
Okay. How many boys?
3.
3. Okay, so you outnumber them, right?
Well,
yeah, I know that
really,
doesn't mean anything.
I got 2 daughters and my wife. So that's 3 on 3. Plus, I have a non-adopted daughter. I call.
Okay.
She's like my daughter.
Okay.
So, but she's in the
Gotcha.
Air Force.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So we're outnumbered 3-3. But
Right.
Yeah,
you are right. All right. So, how was that experience on the radio before? And is that what kind of show are we going to bring to Monroe County Radio?
Well,
What's
the
plan?
one I had down there, that one back in the day, we called it Home Tech. Mm-hmm. And I'd bring in different guest speakers, and we talk different topics. Kitchens, bathrooms. We did shows on how to hire a contractor.
Right.
So we brought all these different people in there, and what we're just trying to do is educate the public on some things, things that they don't really know about, where to go, who to see, and stuff like that. And so every Saturday morning was so much fun. I just loved doing it because I knew I was helping people. And I think it's what we kind of want to do here too. I think we're going to come in here, and there's a lot of people that don't know where to start on things.
Yeah.
How many people know if they want to put an addition on their house, where to start?
Yeah.
They
Right.
don't have
Exactly.
a clue, right? Who to call, who to contact. What's the proper way to do it? How to do your research. So I think that's what we need. That's what I can see myself doing to this radio show is to bring all that community people together. And get people going in the right direction so they know who to hire and how to do it properly so they don't get ripped off or or anything else. So,
Right. Now, Wayne, you've been in the business here in town for a long, long time. Staple of the community, and you do a lot to give back to the community aside from just the coming back onto the radio and talking to the public and educating them about some of the things that you specialize in. Mm-hmm. You also you're involved in the Hero program, right?
Right.
Tell everybody a little bit about that.
That's part of our well, it's through our inspection company is our Hero program. and it's helping everyone achieve, more in the realty. So we do whatever we can do to help build up our realtors,
Right.
and make them better, make their job better and easier.
Right.
So that was just something we put together. But there's a lot of other things we do in the community that pay forward as far as we're concerned. I think we're really blessed in our businesses, what we do. So, we do a lot for autism.
Uh-huh.
Autism where I think it's next month, right?
Right.
So we donate X amount of dollars per every inspection we do to autism.
Yeah.
And we do breast cancer awareness. We do Habitat for Humanity. We help them on their builds. And a lot of times whenever anybody asks me, I say we're pretty much open. We'll help anything. We are the Bedford Veterans Center. We like to do things with vets and help them out as much as we can. So when it comes down to it, if people approach us, of course my daughter handles all that stuff. But I just say I pass the buck. We got 5 of us in that office, and all the kids work there, and everybody has a certain job. So they approach me. I hand it to my daughter Samantha. Said, "Here, this is what you get." I think it's a good deal. So
that's pretty cool. So now let's talk about the inspection business, because I think that's one of them things that, we talk about Coldwell Banker, Haynes Realty. They're sponsors of the show,
right?
And you talked a little bit about some of the realtors that work in the community, and you work hand in hand with those guys
a lot,
and
as much as we can.
And that is something that a lot of people don't realize, just how important what you're doing is, both before you buy a house, after you buy a house, or when you're thinking about buying a house,
right?
And sometimes even after you've built a house, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of time you build a house and you guys do an inspection of homes that have brand new homes that have just been built, right? Why? A lot of people would say, "Well, geez, why would I do that?" Tell everybody why is that so important?
I think it's interesting because when we do new home inspections, it really should be done in series.
Yeah.
You got to do stuff before backfill for the foundation, so you can just look at the whole process going all the way through. Because a lot of times, even when you get the framing process, if we don't go through and inspect the whole framing and some we see in the rough, when they cover with insulation drywall, you're done.
There's nothing you can do anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. It's done and it's covered and it's hidden. So sometimes we always kind of laugh because we get to end one, we're going to do the complete final inspection. We're doing the roofing, siding, windows, doors, everything, make sure everything's done properly. We're not trying to, go over any building inspectors, but they're human too, right?
Right.
I just did one down in Lambertville where electrician drilled right through a main structural beam.
Oop.
I caught it, nobody else did.
Right.
So there are things that are going to slip by, and I think we do it to protect them as a buyer. Same thing with new home. I mean, a new home, used home, any kind of home that you're buying is one of the largest purchases you're ever going to make.
Yeah.
And sometimes you look at it, you say, what we charge our average home inspection is about $350, depending on size, age. You put that minuscule amount of money in to what you're investing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no kidding.
So
especially if it's something you don't know what you're. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have the first thing. I would have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I tell people that's why you want to hire us, because I bring 43 years of construction experience into the home inspection business too. Okay. So we look, I think we're way ahead of the rest of the inspection people out there because of what our experience is. And my 3 sons do full-time inspections. I got 2 other guys too. I got 1 in training. So you look at that and, they go through intense stuff, but my boys have also worked in our construction business. Mm-hmm. So they got a better handle on it too.
Sure.
So when it comes down to your home inspection, it doesn't take much to get a return on your $350.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can find one thing and you're just like,
What's the biggest thing you find if you're like somebody wants to buy a house around here, especially? What's the biggest thing that you find that some people don't realize?
Well, everybody says, what's the biggest deal killer in buying a house? Roof.
Yeah.
60% of the houses we inspect, the roof is bad.
Really?
First of all, your seller doesn't want to spend $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 putting a roof on, but then your buyer doesn't want that initial investment off the bat either.
Right. Sure.
And insurance companies right now, they're going to start, I'll guarantee it's going to be mandatory. They're going to want a roof certification because the insurance company doesn't want to insure a bad roof.
Right.
So that's probably a number one thing. I think people, when they do a home inspection, they're concerned about what we call the big ticket items, your furnace, air conditioning, hot water tank, electrical panel, foundation, and structure.
Right.
That's what windows and doors and stuff. They're worried about the big ticket items. When you buy a house, you're going to always have maintenance items, and we know that. And there's always going to be handyman items. I have one realtor says those are non-negotiable items. In when you buy a house, you got to caulk or adjust a door or something. So, but it's the big things that they really concern themselves with.
Yeah.
So that's what we And we do things differently. We always send 2 inspectors out to everyone. We do it for safety reasons. In case someone falls off a roof, we get done twice as fast. Our reports merge. But then I can spend a lot more time with my client explaining to them the functions of everything, how to change filters, what you're supposed to do, the maintenance end of it too. So, and then it's always better if I show someone in person as opposed to a picture.
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, you prefer when you're doing inspections, you actually kind of prefer that the customer's out there with you at the time.
When you buy your next house and I'm doing the inspection, you'll be standing right next to me.
Yeah.
And I will point out and show you everything that's there.
Yeah. You can say, hey, look at that.
Right.
That's termite damage or something like that, right?
But yeah, and at the end of the day, if I show you a picture, you could really just totally freak out and say, oh my gosh, the house is falling down. I said, well, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Right.
So, even though we give a computer-generated report with pictures and descriptions, I still think that if you're there personally, it's better. Kind of compare it to buying a car on Craigslist. You see the picture, it looks like it's perfect, and you get there and go, what happened to the car in the picture,
Yeah.
So if we could show it to you, I think we take a lot less stress off the buying end of it if we can sit there and explain it to you while we go.
That's pretty cool. Hey, so what's the name of this show going to be? Have you figured that out yet? What is it?
Help You Build.
Help You Build?
Yeah, with Wayne Pavlika, yes.
All right. Well, make sure you pronounce the name correctly, okay?
Pavlika.
Pavlika.
I'm gonna ask you for assistance on that.
Sure. Hey, I'm here to help, man.
Well, that's what it's all about, man.
Whatever I can do.
It's a brotherhood we got going already, right?
That's right. That's a brotherhood of radio hosts.
I'm just here to answer the questions you ask me,
I'm just here to make sure that you pronounce your name correctly.
Well, how about we just leave it at Wayne, and we don't have to worry about the last
that's a
name,
good
and
idea.
there's no argument.
Wayne and
right?
Jeff, yeah.
Well,
That sounds good.
That would be
we
perfect,
could do that.
Right? That'd be super simple. So,
all right, we'll do that.
All right.
Hey, Wayne, that's all the time we got for this episode of Our Town. I want to thank you for being in Our Town. It was pretty cool.
Well,
Thanks for
you.
coming in. I learned a lot. I really wish you the best of luck with your new show. I think you're going to be very successful at it. I know you are. And I want to thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me here.
All right.
Thanks.
And that is all the time we got for this edition of This Is Our Town. I want to thank everybody for listening, and we'll see you all next week. Take care, everybody.
Join us every Sunday at noon and Tuesday at 7 p.m. for another edition of This Is Our Town with Jeff Yorkie, a local public affairs presentation of MonroeCountyRadio.com.
This is our town, the place we call home.